This disclaimer was copied without permission.
Cheers, quaffers, guzzlers, swiggers, sippers and all other good people out there. Hopswatch here, and today we'll have a standoff between and okay, so we have this joke in Europe about American beers, and it goes like this. What is the similarity between American beer and having sex in a canoe? Well, it's both fucking close to water. I don't need to worry too much about monetization since my videos aren't monetized yet. However, the reality has successfully changed. The US standard of beers today is actually much better today than it was just a few decades ago. But what we're going to test today is the industrial standard, the Budweiser, against the Danish industrial standard, Carlsberg, to see which one of them is actually closest to water. So, I would say that the joke still applies to industrial American standards. So in this glass we'll have the Budweiser, and this side over here we'll have the Danish industrial standard of Carlsberg. Still not using the dragon glass, why would I for industrial standard beers? Okay, so two industrial monsters here, pretty much the same color. I can't tell the difference. I really can't. One isn't neither darker nor lighter than the other. Carlsberg seems to gather a bit more head there. Also, the Carlsberg's foam seems to be to stay there for a bit longer, while already in this short period, it also has nearly all disappeared from the Budweiser. So what I'm going to do is now have a whiff. Grainy notes of barley most of all. Slightly synthetic, a bit metallic. Industrial standard as we know it. So just comparing it with Carlsberg, yeah. Actually more synthetic, with fewer notes of both grain and hops, and also a wee bit sourish. This is actually not starting well for my country here. Anyway, I don't like any of these beers, so I don't really care. USA can win for all I care, really. We'll have a go at the Budweiser first. Okay, kind of, well, sweeter than I would have expected. So there's a bit of bitterness slowly emerging if you keep it in there for a couple of seconds there. Has a malty feel to it, and it actually has kind of a nice round taste. And it feels soft to the palate, so it's not at all unpleasant. On the contrary, a very pleasant beer to drink actually. Not completely without taste, not really that bad considering the joke. However, still not much, not exactly yet what you would call a flavor bomb. It has standard lager bitterness, but I guess judging on the expectations that you would have from a beer with that reputation, it doesn't take much to impress you. Also, this is actually nicely carbonated, which adds freshness to the overall impression. I also have to say to the Budweiser's defense that it's not really that close to water. So actually a slightly more aggressive alcoholish bouquet here. And now for the taster. Slightly hopsy, I would say, but only slightly. There's more bitterness on the side of the tongue, and more bitterness to the tonsils at the back of the mouth. About as carbonated, so the freshness is the same. Significantly more clear aftertaste of hops, lingering just a wee bit more. On the other hand, a bit more tingling, a bit more rough to the palate. It is not as comfortable or pleasant to drink as the Budweiser, which again is not necessarily a disadvantage. It has more character. It's a bit more aggressive in the aroma and in the flavor. However, the distance between these two in quality is very small. There's not much difference really, and I wouldn't say that this one is any worse than this one. Both are actually pretty. Both are industrial standard as you would be expecting it. So Carlsberg, a bit more rough, a bit more aggressive in its aroma. The Budweiser being a bit more pleasant, a bit more soft, a bit more sweet, which is all. I mean, it really depends on your preferences. I would say I wouldn't say that one is better than the other really. Originally on my blog, I gave Carlsberg's 2 stars and the Budweiser 1 star. I'd give them both 1.5 star, judging on this experience here. Fucking close to water? No, I don't really think so. I actually think that the Budweiser is better than its reputation. It's definitely up here with the European standard lager. It's nothing worse than that, not in any way at all. And actually, it has qualities that I would miss in a standard Danish lager. Okay, so they score equally, I would say. I'm not going to prefer one over the other. So I might as well. Got a larger beer now. Isn't that sweet? Cheers. Blending the two doesn't help. The end result is actually worse than both of them individually. You won't win anything by doing this. You won't ruin it that much neither though. This is also called the King of Beers. I personally am a Republican, that is a European Republican, and this is definitely not making me more of a monarchist in any way whatsoever. It's one of the best arguments, I would say, for staying a Republican, in the European sense that is. So, this is where I would push my social media, and make a couple of shout-outs. I want to make another shout-out to Neil the 604 Atheist for supporting my channel. Follow me on social media, follow me on Untapped. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, and I've got a YouTube channel if you haven't discovered that already. Also, I have a Danish blog. You can find links to all of it in the description and on my Twitter account. Always remember to drink responsibly. Until next time, cheers.